Okay, good evening, everyone. Welcome to our May 24th, 2021 City Council meeting. If we could please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're happy to see Stacy back with us this evening. If you could please call the roll, Stacy.
Councilman Gary Donovan,
Councilman Gary, Council at Large, present.
Councilwoman Colleen O'Connor,
Councilwoman Colleen O'Connor, Council at Large here.
Councilwoman Bridget Hosky,
Councilwoman Bridget Hosky, First District, present.
Councilman William X. Conlon,
Councilman William X. Conlon, Second District, present.
Councilwoman Liz Johnston, I believe is absent. Councilman Mitchell Galagnano,
Councilman Mitchell Galagnano, Fourth District, present.
Councilwoman Robin Hamilton,
Councilwoman Robin Hamilton, Fifth District, present.
Councilman Peter Massaro,
Councilman Peter Massaro, Sixth District, present.
Councilwoman Trinae McGee,
Councilwoman Trinae McGee, 7th District, present.
Councilwoman Crystal Finelli,
Councilwoman Crystal Finelli, 8th District, present.
Councilman Robert Bruno,
Councilman Robert Bruno, 9th District, present.
Councilman Barry Lee Cohen,
Councilman Barry Lee Cohen, 10th District, present.
and Chairman Ron Quagliani.
Councilman at Large Ron Quagliani present, and Stacy, I also see Councilwoman Johnston here as well.
I just saw her. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, it's 6:45. We have a public hearing from the Finance Committee regarding comments on modifying the CDA program year 46 budget. I will now turn the public hearing over to the Finance Chair, Councilwoman Hosky.
Thank you, Chairman Quagliani. The time is now 6:48 and the Finance Committee public hearing is open. There are public comments at this time. So we are closing at 6:48 to start again at 6:50 for our next public hearing.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hosky. We are in recess until 6:50. Okay, it is now 6:50 p.m. and we have the Finance Committee public hearing regarding comments on the approval of the 2021 State of Connecticut Neighborhood Participation Program. I'll turn it over to the Finance Chair, Councilwoman Hosky.
Thank you, Chairman Quagliani. The Finance Committee public hearing, there are no public comments, so we are closed at 6:50. We're going to call the recess.
We will stand in recess until 6:55 p.m.
Thank you.
Okay, it is now 6:55 PM. We have a public hearing from the Legislative Matters Committee regarding comments for modifying the OPEB trust ordinance. I'll turn it over to the Legislative Matters Chair, Councilman Galignano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Your Committee on Legislative Matters is now open for public comment at 6:55 PM. And there are no comments. So we will close right back at 6:55 PM.
Thank you, Councilman Galignano. The public hearing notices, all three, the two Finance Committee and the Legislative Matters Committee, were published in this past week's West Haven Voice, for the record. And we will recess until 7 o'clock. Okay, it is now 7 p.m. Before we enter into public comment, I would just like to take a moment of silence for the passing of New Haven firefighter Ricardo Torres Jr. I'd like to keep his family in our thoughts and prayers this evening, and also to firefighter Derek Akel, who is recovering from his injuries, also New Haven firefighter. If we could take a minute, please. Thank you. Stacy, is there any public comment to be read into the record this evening?
No, we do not have any public comment this evening, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Stacy, thank you. Now we will enter, we will not, we will recess until 7:05 for our regular council meeting. Okay, it's 7:05 p.m. We'll enter into our regular council meeting. First item on the agenda is the approval of the minutes from May 10th, 2021. Is there a motion to approve? Councilman Bruno, Councilman Hamilton, Councilman Cohen. Is there a second on those minutes? Councilman Conlon, Councilwoman O'Connor, Councilman Donovan. Any discussion on the minutes? Councilwoman Hosky.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. On page, I'm looking at the wrong- on page 2, the second paragraph, it says Councilmember Hamilton presented an amendment to create a new account. It should read my name, Councilmember Hosky.
So noted. Thank you, Councilwoman Hosky. Are there any other discussion on those minutes? Seeing none, all in favor? Opposed? Abstentions? Okay, those minutes are approved as corrected. Thank you. I could ask the clerk to please read out the communications into the record, please.
Okay, we have before us communication A from Mayor Nancy R. Rossi in regards to adjusting the conveyance tax being assigned to the Finance Committee, Chairwoman Hosky. We have before us communication B from Mayor Nancy R. Rossi in regards to the appointment of Eleanor Slumba to replace Stefano Coletta on the Economic Development Commission, being assigned to Personnel and Civil Service Committee, Chairman Massaro. And we have before us communication C from the tax collector in regards to overpayment refunds for the month of May 2021, which will be filed with tonight's minutes. And we have before us communication D from the finance director in regards to interdepartment line item transfers for the Department of Public Works being assigned to the Finance Committee, Chairwoman Hosky. We have before us communication E from the CDA housing specialist, John Bernardo, in regards to the 2021 Neighborhood Assistance Act being assigned to the Finance Committee, Chairwoman Hosky. We have before us communication F from the CDA manager, Mark Basecchia, in regards to reallocation of funds from the Citizens Advisory Commission being assigned to the Finance Committee, Chairwoman Hosky. We have before us communication G from Chief of Police Joseph Perno in regards to animal shelter donations being assigned to the Finance Committee, Chairwoman Hosky. And we have before us communication H from the Commissioner Beth Sabo in regards to Community Development Block Grant Funds being assigned to Housing, Planning and Recreation Committee, Chairwoman McGee. And communication I has been withdrawn. And that's all the communications we have this evening, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Steve. This time we'll recess to committee meetings. First committee meeting is the Finance Committee, Councilwoman Hosky.
Thank you, Chairman Quagliani. The time is now 7:08 in your Committee on Finance. We have council members, Councilwoman Hamilton, Councilman Massaro, Councilman Cohen, and Councilman Bruno, and myself acting as chair. We have before us communication A from Mayor Nancy R. Rossi in regards to adjusting the conveyance tax. Have a motion to approve or bring out favorably. Thank you, Councilman Massaro, Hamilton, and Bruno. Have a second? Well, I can't say them again, so can we just do the first one from Massaro and then the second one for Councilwoman Hamilton and Bruno, Stacy? Is there any discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. We have a communication D from the finance director in regards to interdepartmental line item transfers from the Department of Public Works. Have a motion to bring this out favorably. Thank you, Councilman Bruno. Can I have a second? Oh, thank you, Councilman Cohen. Is there any discussion? Well, I personally just want to go on the record saying thank you. I'm excited that the extra money that they have is going to go towards the parks and the fields. They are really important to me, and the discussion of years of neglect. And I know Commissioner McCarthy has been working diligently with his team and with project manager Ernie Dorelli, I butchered his name, to get our parks up to date. So I appreciate that. So all those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. We have communication E from CDA Housing Specialist John Bernardo in regards to the 2021 Neighborhood Assistance Act. I'd like to bring this out favorably. Thank you, Councilwoman Hamilton. Can I have a second? Thank you, Councilman Massaro and Bruno. I'll open it up for discussion, but I do first want to make a motion. I'm looking for my sheet. I want a motion to separate West Haven Community House in the amount of $114,800 to separate that into its own. Thank you, Councilman Massaro. Can I have a second? Thank you, Councilman Bruno and Hamilton. So, Stacy, just one will be E1 and then the other one, E and then E1. So this will allow for members who are on the West Haven Community House to vote on the two items. Is there any discussion on this? Okay, all those in favor? Thank you. Any opposed? Motion carries to separate. And now we're going to the original motion to approve the whole thing. I think I did that, right? So I voted on the motion to separate and we all said yes. And now we're going on the motion to approve the amounts.
Yep, right.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just making sure that Stacy, that we're on the same page. Thank you, Chairman. Can I have a motion to approve the original motion? Thank you, Councilman Massaro and Bruno. Can I have a second? Okay, all in favor? I think I might have messed that up. Any opposed? Motion carries. I might have messed that
Abstention.
up. Yes, I didn't say that. Anyone abstains? Councilman Cohen, thank you.
So for just a point of record, Councilwoman Hosky,
I think I'm confused.
is this motion is to approve the West Haven Child Development for $15,000 and the Ward Heitman House Museum Foundation for $25,000 in this motion, and then the subsequent communication that you separated would just be for the West Haven Community House for $114,500, right?
Right.
All right,
So,
there may have been some confusion, so
yes.
if you want to redo that
Repeat
first
that.
motion, that's fine.
Okay. So we separated them. So we're going to go back. And so the E motion is for the West Haven Child Development for $15,000 and the Ward House for the $25,000. All those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. So now E1 is for the West Haven Community House for $114,800. All those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Councilman Cohen, okay. Perfect. And now we have communication. F from CDA Manager Mark Bisaccia in regards to the reallocation of funds from the Citizen Advisory Commission. I would like to bring this out favorably. Councilman Cohen, thank you. Can I have a second? Thank you, Councilman Bruno. So I'm gonna open it up to discussion, but I once again want to separate them and to remove, so F1 would be the West Haven Community House Fire Alarm System renovation for $64,000. To separate that out into two. Thank you, Councilman Massaro. Can I have a second? Thank you, Councilwoman Hamilton and Bruno. All those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. So the original motion F is the Living World Ministries, the asbestos, and the Department of Engineering. All those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. F1 is the West Haven Community House for $64,000. All those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. And that is all that we have, Chairman Quagliani. Oh, no, that's a lie.
Stacy, did you,
Oh, did I miss something?
no, I don't think so. Just want to make sure
Oh.
Stacy got the abstention from Councilman Cohen on
Yes.
F1. And I don't know if Councilwoman Hamilton had one as well. No, okay.
No. I just wanted to make sure Bridget knew there was another communication.
Animal shelter, yes.
Right.
I'm sorry. I was getting ahead of myself. So communication G from Chief Police Joseph Perno in regards to animal shelter donation. I'd like to bring this out favorably. Thank you, Councilman Cohen. Can I have a second? Thank you, Councilman Massaro, Bruno, and Hamilton. Any discussion? Councilman Cohen?
Yeah, I just want to say, I see a number of names on here that are close to my heart because they contributed to my dog who was recently deceased. And it was very, very nice of them to do that. And I just want to thank them from the bottom of my heart. That's all. Thank you.
No, thank you. All those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. The time is now 7:18. Chairman Quagliani, and your Committee on Finance is closed.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hosky. Next committee is the Personnel and Civil Service Committee, Councilman Massaro.
Thank you, Chairman Quagliani. It's 7:18, and the Committee for Personnel and Civil Service is now in session. Members available attending here are Councilwoman Hamilton, Councilwoman McGee, Councilman Bruno, and Councilwoman O'Connor, and myself as the chair. We have before us tonight a recommendation by Mayor Rossi to appoint Eleanor Salama of 18 4th Avenue of West Haven for the Economic Development Commission to replace Stefano Coletta. I'd like to bring this out favorably if I can. Thank you, Councilman Hamilton, Councilman Bruno. I hear a second. Thank you, Colleen, Councilman Bruno. Any discussion? Well, I just got some. I know Eleanor for quite a while. She's got very good credentials, as we all could see, and she's a very, very nice person. And I wish her the luck, and I know she'll be 100% for the city. That's all I got to say. All in favor?
Councilman Massaro, you had Councilwoman Hamilton had her hand up under discussion.
Oh, I'm sorry. No.
Just a short comment. I too know Eleanor, and I know that she'll be a great asset to this commission. I wish her the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Any other discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? And Personnel and Safety Service is closed at 7:20.
Thank you, Councilman Massaro. Next committee is the Housing, Planning, and Recreation Committee, Councilwoman McGee.
Thank you, Chairman. The time is now 7:20. The Committee on Housing, Planning, Recreation is in session. Members present: Councilman Donovan, Councilwoman Johnston, Councilman Galignano, Councilwoman O'Connor. The issue we have before us tonight is Communication H from Commissioner Beth Sabo in regards to community development block grant funds. Can I have a motion?
So moved.
Donovan. Can I have a second? Councilwoman Johnston and, Councilwoman Johnston and O'Connor. Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries. The Committee on Housing, Planning, and Recreation is closed at 7:21. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman McGee. Next committee is the Legislative Matters Committee, Councilman Galignano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Your committee, the time is 7:21, and the Committee of Personnel or Legislative Matters is now in session. Councilman Bruno, present, Councilwoman Johnson, Councilwoman Finelli, and Councilman Cohen. Myself acting as chair. We have before us tonight a Communication A from May 10th, 2021 in regards to an ordinance amendment to OPEB trust. I'm looking to bring this out favorably. Do I have a motion? Thank you, Councilman Cohen. Do I have a second? Councilwoman Finelli, thank you. Any discussion? Seeing none. All in favor? Any opposed? Any abstentions? Motion passes unanimously, Mr. Chairman, and that concludes your business on legislative matters at 7:23.
Thank you, Councilman Galignano. Unfinished business, we have none. We'll now reconvene as a council of the whole. If I could ask the clerk to read Communication C into the record.
Communication C from the tax collector in regards to overpayment refunds for the month of May 2021, which will be filed with tonight's minutes.
Thank you, Stacy. We'll now hear the report outs from the committees. The first committee is the Finance Committee, Councilwoman Hosky.
Thank you, Chairman Quagliani. To the Honorable City Council, the City of West Haven, your Committee on Finance, to whom was referred the matter of adjusting the conveyance tax, reports that the committee met on the 24th day of May 2021 to consider said matter. It is the unanimous opinion of the committee that the following motion be presented. Resolved, the City Council of the City of West Haven hereby adjusts the City of West Haven's conveyance tax to 0.50% in concurrence with the, I can't even see this, with the adopted City of West Haven's budget for fiscal year July 1st, 2021 to June 30th, 2022. This rate will take effect July 1st, 2021 and remain in place beyond June 30th, 2022 unless adjusted by the City Council.
Councilwoman Hosky has brought forward Communication A from Mayor Nancy R. Rossi in regards to adjusting the conveyance tax. Is there a second? Second, Councilman Bruno. Councilwoman Finelli, is there any discussion on this communication? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Are there any abstentions? And this motion passes unanimously.
To the Honorable City Council of the City of West Haven, your Committee on Finance, to whom was referred the matter of interdepartment line item transfers for the Public Works Department, reports that the committee met on the 24th day of May 2020 to consider said matter. It is unanimous opinion of the committee that the following motion be presented. Resolved, the City Council of the City of West Haven hereby approves the following interdepartment line item transfers. Line item 1470401051400, temps decreased by $24,000. Line item 1470401052550, grounds maintenance increase by $24,000.
Councilwoman Hosky's brought forward communication D from the Finance Director in regards to interdepartment line item transfers for the Department of Public Works, as was read into the record. Is there a second? Second, Councilman Cohen, Massaro, Bruno. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Are there any abstentions? And that motion passes unanimously.
Thank you, Chairman. To the Honorable City Council of the City of West Haven, your Committee on Finance, to whom was referred the matter of the 2021 Neighborhood Assistance Act, reports that the committee met on the 24th day of May 2020 to consider said matter. It is the unanimous opinion of the committee that the following motion be presented. Resolved, the City Council hereby approves the following programs for the 2021 Neighborhood Assistance Program under the Community Development Administration. West Haven Child Development, $15,000. Ward Heitman House Museum Foundation Incorporated, $25,000.
Councilwoman Hosky brought forward communication E from the CDA Housing Specialist John Bernardo in regards to the 2021 Neighborhood Assistance Act. Is there a second? Councilwoman Hamilton, Councilman Donovan. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Are there any abstentions? Abstention, Councilwoman O'Connor. Okay, and that motion passes by majority.
Thank you, Chairman. To the Honorable City Council, the City of West Haven, your Committee on Finance, to whom was referred the matter of the 2021 Neighborhood Assistance Act, reports that the committee met on the 24th day of May 2020 to consider said matter. It is the majority opinion of the committee that the following motion be presented. Resolved, the City Council hereby approves the following programs for the 2021 Neighborhood Assistance Program under the Community Development Administration. West Haven Community House, $114,800.
Councilwoman Hosky's brought forward communication E1 from CDA Housing Specialist John Bernardo in regards to the 2021 Neighborhood Assistance Act. Is there a second? Second, Councilwoman Finelli. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? Are there anyone opposed? Are there any abstentions? Abstention, Councilwoman Johnston, Councilwoman O'Connor, Councilman Cohen, and myself, Councilman Quagliani, abstain. That motion passes by majority.
1 second, Chairman. Okay. To the Honorable City Council of the City of West Haven, your Committee on Finance, to whom was referred the matter of the reallocation of funds for the Citizen Advisory Commission, reports that the committee met on the 24th day of May 2021 to consider said matter. It is the unanimous opinion of the committee that the following motion be presented. Resolved, the City Council hereby approves the following changes to the Citizens Advisory Commission's Program Year 46. Department of Engineering sanitary sewer installation reduced by 200,000. Asbestos removal, Kerrigan School at 120,000. Living Word Ministries Architectural Services, the FYI building add 16,000.
Councilwoman Hosky's brought forward Communication F from CDA Manager Mark Basakia in regards to the reallocation of funds from the Citizen Advisory Commission. Is there a second? Second, Councilman Cohen, Councilman Donovan, and Massaro. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Any abstentions? Councilwoman O'Connor abstains. And that motion passes by majority.
To the Honorable City Council, the City of West Haven, your Committee on Finance, to whom was referred the matter of the reallocation of funds for the Citizen Advisory Commission, reports that the committee met on the 24th day of May 2020 to consider said matter. It is the majority's opinion, the majority opinion of the committee that the following motion be presented. Resolved, the City Council hereby approves the following changes to the Citizens Advisory Commission's Program Year 46. West Haven Community House Fire Alarm System renovation adds $64,000.
Councilwoman Hosky has brought forward Communication F1 from CDA Manager Mark Basaki in regards to the reallocation of funds from the Citizen Advisory Commission. Is there a second? Councilwoman Hamilton and Councilman Galignano. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Are there any abstentions? Abstain, Councilwoman Johnston, Councilwoman O'Connor, Councilman Cohen, and Councilman Quagliani. And that motion passes by majority.
I have one more. To the Honorable City Council of the City of West Haven, your Committee on Finance, to whom was referred the matter of the animal shelter donation, reports that the committee met on the 24th day of May 2020 to consider said matter. It is the unanimous opinion of the committee that the following motion be presented, that resolved that the following donation to the Department of Police Services be approved and deposited into line item 10100000028 animal shelter donation. Angela Russo, $100. Florence Palermo, $25. Sharon Mulster, $100. Falcon Art Studio, $100. Janice Creevy, $50. Stephen Johnston, $20. Ariana Dort, $20. And Thomas Tupka, $50.
Councilwoman Hosky has brought forward Communication G from Chief of Police Joseph Perno in regards to animal shelter donations. Is there a second? Councilwoman Finelli, Councilman Cohen, Councilman Bruno. Is there any discussion on these donations? Seeing none, all in favor? Anyone opposed? Are there any abstentions? And that motion passes unanimously.
And that is all from the Finance Committee, Chairman.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hosky. Up next is the Personnel and Civil Service Committee, Councilman Massaro.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Communication B, to the Honorable City Council of the City of West Haven, your Committee on Personnel and Civil Service, to whom was referred to as a said matter of appointing Eleanor Salama to replace Stefano Coletta on the Economic Development Commission. Reported that the committee met on the 24th day of May of 2021 to consider said matter. It was a unanimous opinion on the committee that the following motion was presented. Resolution, the appointment of Eleanor Salama of 18 4th Avenue of West Haven of the city to the West Haven's Economic Development Commission to replace Stefano Coletta effective immediately to expire January 31st, 2025 to be approved.
Councilman Massaro's brought forward communication B from Mayor Nancy R. Rossi in regards to the appointment of Eleanor Slamba to replace Stefano Coletta on the Economic Development Commission. Is there a second?
So moved.
Councilman Galignano, Councilwoman O'Connor, and Finelli. Is there any discussion? Councilman Donovan.
Thank you, Chairman Quagliani. Yeah, I've known Eleanor for many, many years. I mean, her qualifications are there, but she is a hard worker. She is dedicated, and I think she will do a fantastic job in this committee. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Donovan. Is there any other discussion? Councilman Cohen.
A little trouble there. I've known Eleanor for the past year, actually a year and a half since I joined the council, and she has been a superlative alternate on the Economic Development Commission. She's all in and she's dedicated. She's basically what Westy Pride is all about, and I know she's going to do even a better job, if that's even possible, than what she's already doing. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Cohen. Is there any other discussion? Councilman Galignano.
So I've known Eleanor since 2012. If everybody remembers, we did Chalkville back in the high school, and we were trying to make the biggest chalk drawing for the Guinness World Book of Records, and it rained on us. That was the only weekend it rained that whole summer. It was bad, you know. Like it was Saturday night or Sunday night, and we had a bonding moment, Eleanor and I, that night. I'll never forget it. Became best friends overnight, and listen, she is tremendous. Her qualifications are bar none, and she's a great woman. I'm glad she lives in the Fourth, by the way. So that's another person in the Fourth that's actually contributing to the city, which I think is great. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilman Galignano. Any further discussion? Councilwoman McGee.
Eleanor and I have become friends, and I feel like it's befitting to share some great words about her. I'm excited for her in this new role position. Eleanor has great vision, and her vision is oftentimes met with her artistry. So I'm excited to see her expand even more. And like Barry said, if she can do a better job than she's already doing, but to expand more and give more and share more with our community, because it's definitely needed. So I'm excited for her.
Thank you, Councilwoman McGee. Any other discussion? Okay, seeing none, I'll call the question. All in favor? Anyone opposed? Are there any abstentions? And that motion passes unanimously.
That's it, Mr. Chairman, on personnel and service, civil service.
Thank you, Councilman Massaro. Next committee is the Housing, Planning, and Recreation Committee. Councilwoman McGee.
Thank you. The Honorable City Council of the City of West Haven, your Committee on Housing, Planning, and Recreation, to whom was referred the matter of Community Development Block Grant Funds, reports that the committee met on the 24th day of May 2021 to consider said matter. It is a unanimous opinion of the committee that the following motion be presented. Resolved, the City Council of the City of West Haven hereby approves the Commissioner of Personnel to apply for and accept $10,000 in Community Development Block Grant Funds for emergency support services.
Councilwoman McGee has brought forward communication aids from Commissioner Beth Sabo in regards to Community Development Block Grant Funds. Is there a second?
Second.
Second, Councilman Galignano, Councilwoman O'Connor. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Are there any abstentions? And that motion passes unanimously. Thank you, Councilwoman McGee. Next committee to be heard from is the Legislative Matters Committee. Councilman Galignano.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Your Committee on Legislative Matters, to whom was referred the matter of an amendment to the OPEB Trust Ordinance, reports that the committee met on the 24th day of May 2021 to consider said matter. It is the unanimous opinion of the committee that the following motion be presented. Second reading. Amendment to OPEB Trust Ordinance. Section 1. In accordance with Connecticut General Statutes 7-450A, the City of West Haven City shall establish a trust to provide for other post-employment benefits of the city's retired employees and their qualified dependents, other than pension benefits, including employees in the Department of Fire Protection, also known as the City of West Haven Fire Department, Allentown, which may include medical, dental, and vision insurance and such benefits as the city may provide in the future, known as the City of West Haven Retiree Medical Program Trust, OPEB Trust. Section 2, the trustee of the OPEB Trust shall be the personnel director for the city or the finance director. Section 3, the city council of the city may amend or terminate the OPEB Trust at any time and from time to time in its direction. The plan administrator shall be the finance director of the city or his or her designee, who shall be responsible for instructing the trustee in the disbursement of benefits of the OPEB Trust.
Councilman Galignano's brought forward communication A from the May 10th, 2021 agenda from Mayor Nancy Arashi in regards to an ordinance amending the OPEB Trust. Second reading as was read into the record. Is there a second? Second, Councilman Donovan, Councilman Bruno. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Is there anyone opposed? Are there any abstentions? And the motion passes unanimously.
And that concludes your business on legislative matters, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Councilman Galignano. Adoption of ordinances previously presented. We just did one. Any council liaison reports? Councilman Bruno.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I just want to update. The police department is in the process of looking into body cameras and patrol car cams to see what will be in the best interest for the city. They're interviewing different companies that have come in to show the PD on what these cameras will be and what the in-car cams will do. As of next weekend, being Memorial Day weekend is upon us, they will start to enforce the parking ticket situation down along the shoreline. So, you would need permit to park, or you'd have to pay the kiosk to do so. Or you got to have your beach sticker on. Thank you, Mr. Chairman. That's all I have.
Thank you, Councilman Bruno. Is there any other liaison reports? Seeing none, we'll enter into new business. Does anybody have any new business? Councilwoman McGee.
Thank you. As those who know and don't know, the American Legion building is being sold, and there are important historical facts and artifacts in the atrium of that building that hold significance to those who have served our country. It was brought to my attention from Commissioner Brown, alongside others, that if that building were to be sold, we should pay our respects in some form of honor to the World War II veterans that are commemorated in the atrium. So I wanted to just present this to the record, and I will make sure that we pass this information on to Beth Sabo, who I know oversees these things. But I just wanted to inform everyone about that. So thanks.
Thank you, Councilwoman McGee. Is there any other new business? Councilman Cohen.
Yeah, I just really wanted to thank everyone. There was a very successful animal shelter drive this weekend, a food and supply drive. And there was at Offshore, and it was sponsored by two of our longtime businesses here, Star Distributors and Apple Oil, along with a tremendous amount of Westie spirit that should not surprise any of us. There was thousands of pounds of food and supplies that were donated. And my last count in terms of monetary, we have over $2,300 in donations, plus all the supplies that were donated. So I'd like to just thank everyone that contributed. It was just fantastic. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Thank you, Councilman Cohen. Is there any other new business? Councilwoman Hoskin.
Thank you, Chairman Quagliani. I would just like for us to put in a request with Corp Counsel Lee Tiernan to do an FOI compliance review of the CDA.
Okay, we will make that note and forward that to the Corporation Counsel's office. Thank you, Councilwoman Hoskin. Anything else? Is there any other new business? Seeing none, I'll take a motion to adjourn. Councilman Massaro, second by Councilman Conlon. We are adjourned. Thank you all very much. Hope you have a good rest of the evening. Good night.
See you later at City Hall.